The opinions expressed are those of the show's host and not the staff or management of Port St. Lucie Broadcasters. Any reproduction without written consent of WSTU and WPSL is strictly prohibited. Now it's time for Quality of Life Radio, brought to you by Cigna. Here are your hosts, Gary Owen and Tom Bouvier.
Hello, and a good morning to all of our friends listening in on this beautiful Tuesday morning. And it is already October 27th, and I was watching the news before I passed out last night. And we've got to bring our clocks back an hour, which means it gets darker earlier, which I do not like.
We need another hour of 2020.
yeah. Like a hole in the head. Good morning, everybody. I am your host, Gary Owen.
And I'm your co-host, Tom Bouvier.
And we are streaming live with the Quality of Life Radio Show, brought to you by Cigna Medicare. And hopefully you are listening in to WSTU 1450 AM or 1590 AM. And I know based on all of the feedback we got on Facebook with Missy Campbell being with us this morning, we know that there are a lot of people probably tuning in live. And we're also a Facebook Live. So thanks for tuning in and watching us this morning. And you could be listening to us at WSTUtv.com or on Alexa. So thanks for being here. Tom, why do we show up here with Evan every Tuesday morning?
Because he's such a great guy.
He is a great guy.
He's absolutely amazing, and there's no better place to be. Tuesday morning from 10 a.m. to 11. We actually bring relevant content to our listeners, things that will actually help them. And secondly, we love to support and showcase our wonderful guests who have the courage to come on. And we have a courageous one today. So Gary could be introducing her in a moment. And certainly we bring education and information that can enhance the quality of life of our listeners.
So speaking of featured guests, I mean, I know there's a lot of people that are waiting to hear from Missy Campbell this morning. So we're glad to have her with us, and she'll be talking to all of us this morning for the first part of the show. And then the second part of the show, Tom and I are going to share with you, every single one of you who stays with us on the second half hour of the show. We're going to be talking to you about knowledge and information, insurance solutions, pitfalls to avoid, being transparent, and having good old-fashioned simplicity, because when it comes to insurance planning, I can tell you that it is complicated, it's convoluted, and it is confusing. And Tom, the Boov man, and I love to sit with our clients, educate them, and help them, Tom, to do what? What do we do?
Well, we help to simplify insurance planning so they can live the stress-free life that they deserve.
So this is why we call it the Quality of Life Radio Show, because truly, Missy, Tom, and Gary, and Evan even in the studio this morning wants to help improve your quality of life. So we are thrilled to introduce to you this week, our special guest is Missy Campbell. She's the executive director for the Palm City Chamber of Commerce. And this little lady is a lifelong resident of the Treasure Coast, and she happened to also be an educator for 34 years. I thought that's what her age was when she told me, no, Gary, I spent 34 years as an educator with the Martin County School Board. So Missy, very nice to have you with us this morning, and thank you. I know that the nervous butterflies are gone, right? We extricated them out.
Yes, they're on their way out. How's that?
All right, perfect. Missy, tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, what brought you to Treasure Coast, and what got you into being an educator first, and then we'll get to the chamber stuff later.
All right. Well, I actually moved to Stewart in 1974 with my parents, and I've never left. And here I am. So I started in 8th grade and then went to Martin County High School because it was the only high school. And then I went to IRCC and took my classes from FAU at IRCC in Fort Pierce to get my bachelor's degree in education. I wasn't sure I wanted to be a teacher because I don't think that that's a choice you make. You're destined to be an educator if you're going to be one. And so I taught kindergarten for 29 of my 34 years, and 5 years I taught first grade, which is not a whole lot different. And then I also taught at IRSC now as a professor and teaching people going into education. I loved my years teaching, and I don't miss the other stuff. I do miss the children. I'm glad I got out right before COVID, because I don't know that I could have done all that. But it's very stressful on educators today. But I do miss the children a lot, and I see a lot of them still. And it's amazing how many of them will remember you. And I have to look at them and try to figure out who they are, because they were 5 when I knew them. But yes, it is a lot of fun.
Well, kudos to you, and my hat's off to you for your years of dedicated service and teaching our children to be tomorrow's leaders. I think that's a very, very wonderful thing that you've done, and what all
Thank you.
educators do. So
Thank you.
I believe it is a sacrifice. It truly is. So
It is,
thank you
yes.
for all that you've
It
done.
must have
Thank you.
grown your patience as well.
Yes, but I think I used them all in those 34 years, because I don't have them anymore.
I don't know about my patience, because I couldn't imagine doing what you did. What you do.
What's that?
Yeah. Something I'm striving for.
Right.
I'm
God, I need
I'm
patience.
reaching
I
it.
need it now.
Every time I go for it, it seems like it gets farther away. I keep missing it. But anyway, so
It's true.
Missy, what got you into the chamber, and what does that mean to you, being an executive director for the Palm City Chamber? And obviously now you've touched all those lives of children. Now you're touching the lives of adults and businesses in your role as executive director.
Well, actually, there's not a whole lot of difference between little children and adults. They're just taller. But other than that,
More facial hair.
That's right. Yeah.
And you don't have to change their diapers.
That's right. But I was involved with the Palm City Chamber of Commerce Adopt a Class program. And so through that program, I made a lot of contacts in the chamber, in the business world. My class was always adopted quite a few times. And it was very beneficial to my school, because then I helped everybody else get adopted. And that gave you a couple $100 to spend for your students. And it was really, originally, there wasn't a whole lot of guidelines to it. And it was very nice to go shopping and buy things that you wanted to use in your classroom without spending your own money. And then through all those contacts, when Carolyn Davey, who was the executive director for the chamber for 31 years, when she retired, it was brought to my attention, and I was asked if I wanted to apply for the position. And of course I did. I retired a year early from education, because I was going to teach one more year, but I thought if I didn't jump at this opportunity, that I'd never get it. Of course, my first year's been COVID. So
Welcome to the race.
yes, it's been a little difficult, but we are doing very well still, because we did a lot of innovative and creative ideas. And so because of that, and I think that's where my education background comes in and helps with the business world. It's not really that different. I have learned a great deal, and I know there's still a lot more for me to learn, but I'm willing.
So tell me your duties as executive director for the Chamber of Commerce. I know you're a busy person. You're like me, a networking ninja, but I think you're even a degree higher than I am when it comes to networking and being out there. So tell us some of the things that you do every day.
So basically, I'm the representative for the Palm City Chamber. So there's only 2 of us. Nikki works with me, and Missy and Nikki. We do that just to mess with everybody. But so I'm in charge of membership and increasing our membership and coming up with events that are going to be beneficial to our members. We like to do a lot of networking. Therefore, I'm also out there. I attend any networking event that I'm invited to. I spoke at the county commission meeting this morning, and I've spoken at quite a few, like the Rotary Club and things like that, and getting our word out and what we can do to help small businesses, especially during the pandemic. It's been very important to support our local businesses. I mean, we all like to shop online. I do too. However, that's not really helping our community. So therefore, we need to step back and think about what we're doing to help the mom and pop shops that are local.
I always say, and I'm passionate when I say this, do business with a local business. I mean, do business with your neighbors and keep that business in the community, especially now. I mean, to your point, I mean, so many small business owners are crushed with what's going on. And Tom can tell you, our business from March until September, we were watching the grass grow and the crickets play. I mean, right. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. So I thank God for the opportunity for the PPP program. It helped us a little bit, not much, because it was only our second year in business last year. So didn't get what we had hoped for, but the PPP had significant meaning to a lot of business owners on the Treasure Coast. So can you speak to that and your involvement with the business owners with the PPP program?
So the PPP program, right? That's hard to say. The payroll production program, it was very beneficial to a lot of our local businesses. The problem was that some people couldn't qualify for it. And so, and this might help you as well. You know, Martin County received $28 million from the CARES Act, and they have a program now called the Business Renewal Program. And you can apply for funds that through that. And the application is very easy. And they just made it available to 501c6s, which is what the Chamber of Commerce is.
We got declined.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry. When did you do that? Right away?
A couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Because they've added more things. So you might want to check it out and see, because they raised the limits. If you already had received a certain amount of money, you could try that again.
It was related to essential businesses that were closed. So that was the issue.
Right. So it is, you know, and it's very sad when you think about, you know, we all think the hospitality business has been hit, and obviously they've been hit the hardest, but we have like performers that, you know, are just like Tom Jackson from the Tom Jackson Band. He called me and he was like, I need some help here. And, you know, I put him in contact with Catherine Colhane. She's at the Small Business Development Center at IRSC, and she's been very helpful, and she can help people. I know the Chamber, we took out an SBA loan. I'm hoping to never have to use it. I put it in savings, but it's my backup plan. What if we had a horrible hurricane on top of everything else this year? I needed a backup plan.
Absolutely.
And I miss all the concerts and the shows at the Lyric Theater.
Right.
I mean, that's a big blow to all the performers coming in.
Yep.
The revenue that would bring in people from out of town
Right,
to those shows.
And then that hits the hotel business and the restaurants and
Trickles
everything.
down.
Yes, that's right. It all just rolls. So it's been very difficult time. And I'm very glad to see so many of our businesses sticking together and our business owners working together to help one another. You know, if you can save $3, is it really worth going online and buying something or going to the local shop?
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
I think Amazon is rich enough.
I think so too.
I think they made enough
Yes.
money now. And
Yeah.
I think now it's time for us in the community.
Probably got a good retirement fund.
I think a
Right.
little bit, right?
Yeah, maybe.
I think it's time, like she says, we've got to stick together as business owners, as community leaders, as residents of this community, and help and support one another. We're going to talk more about that after our break, because it's 20 minutes already past the hour. See, I told you it would go fast.
Yes, you
Missy.
did.
And for those of you that are tuning in, WSTUTV.com, WPSL 1590, WSTU 1450 AM, you're listening to the Quality of Life radio show from Palm Bay to the Palm Beaches, and we will be right back. And welcome back to the Quality of Life radio show. You are listening to Gary Owen.
And Tom Bouvier.
And the show is being sponsored to you by Cigna Medicare. And we are very blessed to have an angelic presence in the studio this morning. The halo is she had a flower in her hair from Oahu.
Right.
She went to Oahu this morning and got to pick her flower and wearing it in her hair this morning. But Missy Campbell from the Chamber of Commerce, Palm City Chamber of Commerce, and we were talking at break momentarily about the importance, Missy, how truly important it is for the residents of our communities to keep business on the Treasure Coast.
That's right. We need to really support our small businesses. And what happens when we would support our small businesses, then the small businesses can support other things in the community, like events and our school events and things like that, because everybody works together. And it's very interesting, like when Tom was talking about the Lyric Theater. When you go to the Lyric Theater, you usually go and have dinner first, and then afterwards you have to go get ice cream, because why else? What else would you do? So, all of those things play out together, and we need to work together as a team in our community and support one another.
I think we've got a tight knit community.
Yes, we do.
I really do believe that here in Martin County, and quite frankly on the Treasure Coast. And I am a proud member of the Palm City Chamber.
Yes.
And of course, I'm a proud member of the Stewart Martin County Chamber. And of course, I'm also a proud member of the Jensen Beach Chamber. So for those of you who are listening in and you're part of one of those other chambers, yes, I am also a member. I haven't gotten down to Hope Sound yet. I know.
Or out to Indian Town.
Yet, but I think
There's 5.
I'm busy. I just got to clone myself about 5 times so I can just keep up with it.
And St. Lucie.
And
St. Lucie
and St.
Chamber of
Lucie
Commerce.
County. I'm also a member
Wonderful.
of the St. Lucie
People up north,
County Chamber.
where I
So,
live.
so we're busy in the community. We're out there and we're trying to be part of the community and network and be part of the small business owners. And I love the group that we also part of is the Executive Masterminds of Martin County, which you started to come and participate in. So if you're a small business owner and you want to really be involved in a great networking group of other small business owners and professionals, I would highly suggest that you check us out, Executive Masterminds of Martin County. We meet the first and third Friday of every month. So check us out. You can go to our website. I wish I knew. I think it's Masterminds of Martin County, but you could Google Executive Masterminds of Martin County and check us out.
There's also a Facebook page.
Yes, thank you for reminding me. Yeah, I am the founder, by the way, so you think I would know that stuff. But yes, check out our Facebook page as well. I wanted to ask you about membership. I mean, is it harder due to COVID? It has to be to get new business owners involved in the chamber. So what kind of success are you having there and overall with your membership?
So our membership actually has been growing. And I think the reason that happened is several reasons. During the pandemic, we actually were participating in doing events. We did drive-in movies in our parking lot, and we benefited a lot of our nonprofits like Boys and Girls Club and House of Hope and United Way. We did donations for them. And I think Nikki and I are kind of the Facebook queens. And because we do so much on Facebook, I think a lot of people are seeing that we're doing that. And so they are willing to become members of our chamber. We also are taking payment plans, because I realized that not everybody's first thing when they got back into their office was, oh, let me pay my chamber dues. And so we take payment plans to help people out if that's going to be beneficial to them at this time. And we just started doing some more networking and things. And we're doing as much as we can outside. And then we're also limiting our numbers to things. And we do require masks for our events. People take them off when they get there, but we're not taking your picture if you don't have a mask on.
I look pretty sexy in my mask. I don't care what they say. So speaking of events now, how many events are you doing? I know that watching you on Facebook and seeing, I'm getting emails. I get about 18,964 emails a day, but some of those emails included from the Palm City Chamber. And I see that you're very busy with all these events.
Yes. Well, we're trying to do events, like I said, outdoors in order to get people together, because I think people are tired of being stuck at home. But I also want to make sure that everything is safe. Safety is our biggest concern. So can I tell you about some of my events?
I want to know, but before you tell us about your events, I want to make it very clear to everybody who's listening in, crystal clear. We are a political free zone.
Yes.
And whether you wear a mask or whether you don't wear a mask, we don't judge you, we don't criticize you, and we're not going to hate you. So I think that in the political climate that we are in today, it's abhorrent. And I don't think that, I think we can rise above that as citizens of this great community, of this county, of the Treasure Coast, and really support one another. I mean, we're not always going to agree with one another, but I don't think we need to tear each other down and be toxic in our conversations and the way we treat one another. That's all I have to say about that subject.
I
Well
totally
said.
agree. Yes, you did do that very well.
So,
Very
Misty,
well.
tell
Yes.
us a little bit about the events that you do have coming up.
So our first event coming up is on Saturday, November 14th. And that is a Veterans Memorial Bridge Run. It's going to be a 5K. It's a little bit shorter than that. So we're going to make you run around the park a little bit at Jock Layton Park.
Make sure you have a wheelbarrow
Yeah,
for
right,
me.
right. Yeah, I won't be running. And so again, with the safety, this can be a run or a walk. Safety being a concern, people are going to head east over the bridge in the bike lane and then come west on the sidewalk so that nobody is breathing on each other. Because we had to do all these safety precautions for the county, which is why that was
But if
done.
you're huffing and puffing, it could really go.
I guess. Again, I'm not running. If I'm running, you better run too, because something's chasing me. I'm just saying, I don't run. The proceeds, some of the proceeds from this event are going to go to Southeast Florida Honor Flight and to Operation 300. I've been on 3 honor flights, and I
Oh,
have,
jealous. Awesome.
yeah, I have a 98 3/4 year old veteran from
Wow.
World War II that
Awesome.
yes, but I was going to go visit him, but he didn't have an outdoor space, so I was like, no, not yet. So and now you guys are the first ones to hear this big announcement. We're going to do a drive-in on Saturday, December 5th at the fairgrounds, and we're going to be showing the movie Elf. Because what
Oh.
else would you show, right? So
Will Ferrell.
yes, I love that movie.
Mhm.
So we're going to have food trucks, and the parking will open at 5:00. The movie starts at 6:30 showtime. So if you were interested in being a sponsor, you could do a little commercial. Because as some of you may know, the Palm City Chamber is known for our Palm City productions of our little commercials. During our other movies, Nikki and I did some dancing in our Pink Ladies jackets for Grease, and we did some dancing for Dancing Queen for Mamma Mia. So if you're interested, you can reach me at the chamber. And the Martin County Bar Association is our major sponsor for that event. So that was really, they reached out to me. Which
That's
is really-
awesome.
Yes.
That sounds like fun.
We could put wigs on and do a song from Hair, the musical Hair.
Yeah.
as
Well,
long-
you could be dancing popcorn.
Yeah, as long as you wear your elf outfit. Okay. In the middle. So that's on December
5th.
5. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yes. Again, staying with our outdoor theme, in January, we're going to be doing a clay shoot out at the South Florida Shooting Club. And it's beautiful out there. And that's going to be on January 23rd. And then our big signature event is Cow Plop Bingo. Come on, ask me what that is.
Cow plop
Is
bingo.
it similar to cow tipping?
No.
No. Okay.
No, cow tipping is
plop.
probably easier. Yeah, you got it there with the plop. So we did this last year.
Evan, look, he turned around.
I know.
He's interested.
He's
He knows
curious.
about
That's right.
Cow plop.
Cow
Yeah,
plop.
cow.
Yes. Yeah. Some people call it chip, but plop's more fun. So cow plop bingo is going to be again this year out at the Rockin' H Ranch in Palm City. It's on February 28th and from 2 to 6. And last year we had about 400 people cheering poop, 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 poop for the cow. We take a big
That's a
field.
lot of pooping.
What do you do?
Yes.
You feed them real fast and see where they
Yeah.
drop it?
Yeah, so we take a
Oh
big
my
field
God.
and we put lines on it.
Mhm.
I make a grid and everybody can purchase a ticket. You buy a land parcel, and if the cow plops on your parcel, you win. So last year, a couple won $3,000 and they're getting ready to get married. So that was very sweet. So we're going to do 2 plops this year. Our plan is to sell land parcels for $50. And if you win that, you win $1,000. And then we'll have a second plop where the land parcels will be $100. And if you win that, you win $3,000.
So my parcel is going to have a circle in the middle of it with a cow bending over pooping, and it's going to have a line through it. No BS zone.
I'm going to feed
No.
my cow X-Lax.
That's right. Well, there's only one cow. There's only one cow. That
Only
goes
one
in.
cow.
It's
Oh.
one cow, and everybody has to.
No, Tom, you
Cheer.
can't pretend to be a cow.
Yeah, you cheer for the cow to poop in your square. It's really a fun event. Tom Jackson Band will be there. We're going to have a kids zone with a dunk tank and some various other fun activities, and we have food trucks. It's a really fun. It's a fun family event because again, that's
That is
what we're
pretty
trying
cool.
to do.
Very
Yes.
cool.
And then our last thing that we're going to do in March is we're going to do a casino night. If you've ever been out to the South Florida Shooting Club, their indoor is beautiful. It looks like, like a gentleman's poker club. So we're going to take off on that and do a casino night out there. So
You're busy.
I know. I like to do
doing a lot
things.
of
I like
stuff.
to have a lot of fun. So,
And let me say to that, for those of you small business owners out there who are not yet a member of the chamber, I highly recommend you talk to Missy Campbell. Missy, if they want to contact you, get some more information about the chamber, how do they reach you?
okay. So my phone number at work is 772-286-8121, or you can email me at Missy, MISSI, just to be different, at palmcitychamber.com.
Does it have to be a business from Palm City?
No, it can be a business from anywhere local. Yes, we'll take anybody. And we will promote all businesses. That's what we do.
Very nice.
I like it, Missy.
Thank you.
What you do is phenomenal work, and you continue to inspire and make people happy and smile. And
Thank
we
you.
appreciate you for all that you do.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All right. So, and we told you it was going to be painless.
Right.
So
I'm doing okay.
yes, you did fantastic. And it happens to be now, Tom, 10:32 a.m. So right now we're going to transition, and not that Missy isn't fun and exciting. We could spend the whole entire day with Missy and asking questions and having fun today, but we've got to move on. And so we maybe have to invite her back at another time in the future, and maybe have Palm City Chamber be the sponsor of the Quality of Life Radio Show. I don't know. I have to talk to the, you have to get a hold of the executive director or something and find out what we can do. So for everybody who's listening in, I don't care how old you are. I mean, of course, if you're under 18, you probably you should be at school or doing your homework. So I hope you're not listening to us. But for those of you who are over 21, who are drinking age, I'm not suggesting you go out and drink. I'm suggesting that you think about your quality of life. So when you are out there working, you have a job, you're supporting yourself and your family, there are multitudes of insurance plans and solutions that you have to have and ensure that you have to protect your quality of life. And one of those things, and we're going to get to Medicare, because right now we are in Medicare open enrollment. And I know that we've got clients who are tuning in who told me they'd be listening and watching. And thank you all for those of you who said that you're going to be watching us this morning and listening in. We appreciate your support because, they've told us that, Gary, the reason why we called you is because of your radio show and the information that you provided, the unbiased information you provided, made us drawn us to you and to your agency, and hence why we're getting business from the show. So we appreciate that feedback. But it's truly important that for those of you who or it's basically as if you're self-employed, or if you work with somebody, you should have disability insurance. I mean, I always say, Tom, you really should protect your paycheck.
Absolutely.
If something happens and you have a disability, and there's someone close to me in my life that had a disability, and thank God for that long-term disability plan. Otherwise, that person would have been destitute and not being able to work for a year and a half. So it truly is important to have these types of solutions and plans in place.
Absolutely. And that really is most important for young couples. You mentioned 21 years old. I mean, young couple in their mid-20s or
Right.
early 30s has one or two children. Recently, I worked with a client. He was doing a certain particular job, and we had to find a particular disability insurance for him. He's making about $80,000 a year. And for $90 a month, he would be able to get 65% of that income all the way to age 65.
Exactly.
And so literally for 30 years and for $90 a month, just
Pennies on the dollar.
pennies on the dollar, the amount of money, if he got disabled, wasn't for 30 something years, because he was under 35. So literally over 30 years. It's amazing how it's not that expensive when you really look at the big picture and what you're protecting.
Yep. I mean, it's kind of like an analogy, right? You go your home, and in your home, you have this closet. It's a money machine. And, it's an automatic. Missy's like, oh my God,
Right,
I'm coming to your house.
Well, unfortunately,
Yes.
you would have to be disabled in this scenario.
Oh, darn. Okay, no, I don't want it then.
No, you don't want this. You don't want this money machine. And you go to that money machine every single day, taking money out. You love that money machine. It's beautiful. It's shiny, and it gives you the money that you need every single day. But one day that money machine breaks down. and you can't get
Oops.
money for that money machine anymore. So it's important to have your money machine insured. We insure our vehicles, we insure our homes and businesses and all kinds of our jewelry, for God's sakes. But don't you see the value of insuring your life? How important is that? And not just disability insurance, life insurance. I mean, especially when today, I mean, everybody needs to have a life insurance policy, in my opinion, especially today with what is going on with COVID-19. So it truly is important to have that conversation with a independent broker like Owen Insurance Group. We are all independent. All of our agents, we have approximately 400 agents across the state of Florida, and every one of those agents, I am proud to say, are independent agents. We represent the various carriers, representing you, not the insurance company. And so that's the most important thing when you're working with an insurance professional, that you do work with an independent broker. That's probably one of the most important things that you should be asking your agent when you're looking for insurance, Tom.
Absolutely. And with life insurance or disability insurance, the sooner you act on it, the better. If I would have gotten an insurance policy or of life or disability at age 30, that monthly premium will be much less than if I'm at 58, which I am now.
Absolutely.
So don't wait. Everyone say, well, let me get things in order. Well, and then unfortunately, sometimes tragedies happen and you're left penniless.
Yep.
Or your family's left penniless.
Absolutely. And a lot of information that we've given out the last couple of weeks from clients coming into our office with Medicare planning, and then they ask about long-term care planning. And I said, one lady was 60 who came into my office, and Gary said, too late? Not too late. The best time really to get a long-term care policy is right around my age at 53. That's the right time. Between 53 and 59 is the sweet spot for long-term care insurance. Once you reach 60 and up, obviously your premium, as Tom said earlier, the longer you wait, the older you are, the more expensive your premiums are, number one. Number two, you may develop a pre-existing condition that may prevent you from getting a disability policy or a life insurance policy or a Medicare policy or a long-term care policy. So it's important that you have that discussion with your independent broker.
Absolutely.
With that being said, we've got a lot more great information to share with you here on the last 17 minutes of our show. You are listening to the Quality of Life radio show on WSTU 1450 AM and WPSL 1590 AM, stretching from the beautiful Palm Bay down to the warm waters of the Palm Beaches. And we will be right back. Okay, you You are listening to the Quality of Life Radio Show with Gary Owen and
Tom Bouvier.
Missy Campbell.
from the Palm City Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us this morning. And Tom and I were just talking about some insurance solutions. And at break, we were talking about Chuck Gary. So we know that Chuck is riding his bicycle for a cause and heading down to Key West with a group of people. And the cause is for the Arc of Martin County. So if you're on Facebook, please look up Arc of Martin County, Chuck Gary, follow them on his bike ride down to Key West and back, and give a donation. I donated yesterday to the Arc of Martin County, and Tom has given a donation to the Arc of Martin County. It's a great charitable cause, and we highly recommend that you do that. So Tom, tell me a little bit about what consumers, whether they're on Medicare or related to health insurance or any type of short insurance, there is an acronym that we always give and provide to consumers what they should give them some insight about insurance.
Absolutely. We use the word prepare, and we use, of course, the first letter P is pick the right independent agent.
Would that be me and you?
That would be me and you and us.
And a dog named Boo?
And a dog named Boo. And all of the wonderful agents that are contracted and with Owen Insurance Group, because we're all independent and we all represent all the different brokers and carriers out there. And R stands for rules. Unfortunately, there are rules.
Thank God.
If you break the rules, there's penalties. So in order to avoid penalties, whether it's with Medicare or the health insurance or life insurance or disability insurance, you have to know the rules. We know the rules. We're able to help guide you through education without bias.
Do we charge that to provide that information?
Well, that's the cool news for everyone out there. Everyone loves free, right?
Now, well, it depends on what it is.
It's free to, right. Well, that's true. People say there's nothing free in life. No, well, it's not free to, it's not free to us because we put in the education, the time, the knowledge, and we're spending our time to educate you without bias, meaning what's best for you. But we're not going to charge you a consulting fee. We provide no cost, no obligation. If you do business with us, we do get compensated from the carriers. So the second P in the word prepare is plans and options. So Gary, we don't want to just show them one particular plan and say, here's one size, it fits all. This is the plan for you. No, we need to listen what their needs are, their desires, their budget, and we can show them the different options.
Wait a minute, you mean my shoe doesn't fit your foot?
No, beautiful shoes. I wish it did.
What about her feet? Do you think my shoes would fit Missy's feet?
Well, in those nice sandals, I don't.
No,
think,
probably not. So there's not a one size fits all solution, people.
Absolutely, and you have to know them all. And it's very difficult, as Gary said in the beginning. Insurance can be very confusing, and even as agents, we have to stay on our game, stay educated about all the different plan options out there, and that's what we do at Owen Insurance Group, so we could show you what's available.
Speaking of games, I love cornhole.
Cornhole. I played cornhole.
I've been dying trying naked cornhole. I haven't gotten that far yet, but maybe I think when I turn 65, that would be on my bucket list to play naked cornhole.
What about shuttleboard?
That way, I'd really, really embarrass my neighbors.
I say, just stay in your fenced-in backyard, please.
There is a beach.
Thanks for that.
However, there's a beach.
Bit of advice.
There's a beach in.
Oh yeah, your favorite beach you like?
Well, not my favorite beach. Evans. I mean, we've heard about this beach.
Yeah.
We've heard.
Yeah, Evans giving a thumbs up.
By the nuclear power plant.
Yes.
I don't know if I want to expose myself up there by the nuclear power plant.
Yeah, that's a good place to go if you drink tequila and your clothes fall off. That would be a perfect beach for that to happen.
I think there's a song about
there
that.
There is a song by Joe Nichols.
So, sorry to interrupt you, Tom. All right.
Oh, that's quite all right. That was very important interruption. So the A in prepare is to access your plan benefits. Of course, many people don't even know the benefits they have. It's amazing how people can be on a plan and not know what the benefits are. And we help people understand the benefits that are part of their plan and get the most out of their plan, whether it's Medicare plan or whatever type of plan we or actually help you get into. Then we do annual reviews. The R for prepare, annual reviews with Medicare. It's like having an annual physical, just to see what's going on. Also to see what plans are for next year, whether that's Medicare plans or the marketplace. which will be opening up November 1st through December 7th. But Medicare annual enrollment period is already open between October 15th and December 7th. And we do all of this to finish out the word prepare so that people can
enjoy your quality of
life. Absolutely.
That's really important. Really super important.
It is.
Two things that you mentioned, no consultation fee. So a quick story. Last week, I had two clients from Port St. Lucie, or two folks who heard our radio show come visit us from Port St. Lucie. And they had some major issues with their plan, the prescription drug plan. And we were not able to help the husband. He was going to stay where he was at. That was going to be his best solution for him, based on what was available and based on his formulary and the drugs that he was on. The wife might be a possibility to change her with the drugs that she's on. But more importantly, we were able to provide her a place to go to get some prescription drugs that were not covered under the formulary through a third-party company at a fraction of the cost, saving her thousands of dollars a year. And we did not do business with either one of those clients. So since we do not charge a consultation fee, we did not earn their business, we earned $0. But again, that is what we do as professionals. If we will not make a recommendation to put you into a plan that doesn't make sense for you. Unfortunately, there are agents and there are people out there that would do that for a commission, but we are professionals and we will always do 100% of the time, always do what's right for our clients, not our pocketbooks. That is what you need to know. For those of you that are listening in, truly, it's important to work with people who are professionals, who have been in this industry. I've been on the Treasure Coast for 34 years. I'm deeply involved in my community, and being and having that integrity goes a long way in this business, in any business.
Absolutely.
Frankly.
You may not have gained an immediate client, but you gained your reputation.
Continues,
and
yes.
What might those people be talking about
Yep,
today?
absolutely.
We had a wonderful consultation with Gary Owen,
Yep.
Owen Insurance Group, and he showed us this, and this. Joan, Bob, friends and neighbors, go see him. He can help you.
Yep.
And they might become.
And referrals are the lifeblood of our business.
And
quite
it's the
frankly.
highest compliment someone
It
can
really,
give you
truly is.
when they recommend someone to you and your services.
It truly is. And for those of you who are on Medicare right now, or you're aging into Medicare, and I know there's a lot of people that are starting to retire, they're getting packages from the companies they're working with to get them out due to COVID-19 crisis and so forth. It's time to enroll in Medicare. So, and there's a lot of questions and there's a lot of pitfalls that you have to avoid. So, and because we don't charge for our services, you have nothing to lose and everything to gain, because there are so many things to navigate through. And you need to have a guide who has experience to take you through the maze of Medicare. So whether you're aging into Medicare, whether you're retiring, or you're on Medicare now and you need a review, you need to call the expert at Owen Insurance Group. And Tom, how do they reach us if they want to chat with us?
Simply pick up their phone and call 772-210-1020. That's 772-210-1020.
Or you can visit us at www.medicarejourney.com or oweninsurancegroup.net, or you can send them a smoke signal.
Or
come knock on our door.
That's right. Beautiful downtown Stuart, though we will be moving to another wonderful
So that is
location
next
in
on
Stuart.
that was next on my agenda, Tom. I'm going to go back to Medicare in just a second,
Yeah.
but tell us about where we are moving to and when. And we're going to have a grand opening party,
Woo-hoo, with the Palm
ribbon
City
cutting
Chamber.
ceremony. Whoop whoop!
Yes.
Free
Yes.
booze, free food.
I'm in.
Evan's coming.
Evan's coming too.
Free
Free
food,
everything.
free booze, free wine,
We need Tom Jackson.
free
That's
whiskey.
right. Yeah, we'll call Tom too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, there you go.
We are going to be moving to a wonderful location in Stuart. It's going to be on US 1, just north of the Roosevelt Bridge in the North Stuart Center Shopping Plaza. And it's going to be literally right next to Beaches MRI and directly behind Key West Diner. So we're super excited about it. We've been working over the weekends.
And thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. And
Debbie.
And unbelievable what they're doing now. Other people are helping to facilitate that opening. We'll be moving in on the 7th, November 7th. So we'll be open the next week.
There's a word that's coming to my mind. It starts with an S. And a B. Spacious and beautiful.
Nice.
It is.
Nice. Sounds fabulous.
It is fabulous.
And a beautiful mural of Scotland.
So we've got
and parking.
And parking.
Lots
Oh
of
my
parking.
God. I even have 3 parking curbs right in front of us that say Owen Insurance Group.
Nice.
So my neighbors don't get confused and park in the wrong spot.
Yeah, so it's right between LA Fitness and the Publix
Yes.
shopping centers.
That's right.
Plaza right there.
Yeah, and we're still in downtown Stewart. We're still in the city limits of Stewart, 34994. So we're not moving that far away. I had some people say, "Oh my God, you're going over the bridge." Yes, but it's not that bad, really. It's a mile away from where we're currently, maybe a mile, 1.7 miles away.
Right.
It's still pretty close. So we're excited to welcome everybody to come in to look at the new facilities. We do have a nice mural that's being painted on the conference room wall of Scotland. Nice castle on the water. It's beautiful. Because my heritage is important, so I want to tie in Scotland and maybe a little bit of Wales. My Welsh descendants, maybe some pictures, maybe a cask of whiskey will be in that conference room.
William Wallace. Freedom.
So, but anyway, listen.
No kilts, please.
Wait a minute. I have a kilt. I've got
I'm
a
sure
beautiful
you do.
kilt.
Not me.
I'm not surprised.
And I wear my kilt very good, very proud, I must say. And I look good in a kilt. It's amazing the compliments I get when I wear a kilt. I don't get compliments at all, until I wear a kilt.
Is it compliments or shock?
It's compliments.
Okay.
It's compliments.
Do you have a bagpipe?
We'll see if it works on you,
Okay,
but
all
I'm
right,
sure
all right.
that it will.
Do you play the bagpipe?
I hire the bagpipe.
You hire
players,
bagpipe,
yeah, we'll hire those out
Yeah.
for us. We got about 4 minutes left. 6 minutes left of the show. So before the show ends, 2 things, Tom. We had a lot of things we were going to talk about today. We haven't even touched any of those things yet.
That's all right.
But the Medicare open enrollment, as Tom said, October 15th through December 7th. Do not wait until December 7th to call us and say, I need to change my plans. That probably will not work. So you have an opportunity now to make an appointment with myself, Tom, Kathy, or anyone in our office to help you with your Medicare planning. Whether you want to come into our office, we sterilize after each person comes and goes. We wear face masks to protect you. So there are still folks out there who like to meet face to face and like that. Or if you prefer, we can do a phone consult or online enrollment. So there are ways to help do the Medicare review with you. So if you have not yet spoken to an agent about your Medicare, whether you're aging into Medicare, first time in Medicare because you have a retirement, or because you're on Medicare now and it's during the open enrollment period, you need to talk to us. Do not be an ostrich and keep your head in the sand and think that everything is going to be okay.
Absolutely. And we have literally done this thousands and thousands of times. I mean, I wish we knew the exact number. How many times you, myself, and several of our other agents that have been with us, literally tens of thousands of times of people that we've helped navigate the confusing waters and the winding paths of Medicare, help them choose the right path, the right product, the right plan best for them.
Absolutely. And listen, we know that you have options out there with agents and companies and agencies, but I'll tell you, I don't think there's any on the Treasure Coast that can rival what Owen Insurance Group does, who we are, what we stand for, the experience, the education background, being certified by the National Association of Health Underwriters and Medicare certified by AHIP. Also, I'm a national speaker, the National Speakers Bureau for Medicare. So those are important features that you need to know about your agent, your broker. Also, I'm a graduate of American College and attained a Life Underwriting Training Council Fellow designation. So you've got to work with somebody who knows what they're doing, who has been in the community a long period of time, who's involved in the community, and who has your best interest at heart, first and foremost.
Absolutely. We're not just someone that you pick up a phone and they're out in Iowa trying to sell you a plan that they have no idea about that's in Florida. You know exactly where we are.
Or the calling from the Philippines.
Exactly.
Right.
Not much less Iowa.
And listen, it happens. I mean, you're going to get, if you're aging into Medicare, you're 64 and a half. I'm going to tell you right now, your phone's going to blow up. Your email is going to blow up.
Mailbox.
Your mailbox is going to blow up with offers, and it's going to be confusing. So we can eradicate the confusion, and we can bring lightness to darkness, and we will light and guide you the pathway to a great plan that's most suitable for you. Now, Tom mentioned ACA open enrollment. That begins in a couple of days, November the 1st. For those of you, listen tightly, listen intently, and listen deliciously.
Whatever.
Whatever suits you.
That's right.
November the 1st through December the 15th, you have an opportunity to change your ACA health plan that you have now with Florida Blue and choose either Cigna or Oscar, depending on where you are, whether in St. Lucie County, Martin County. So I'm happy to say that there are 2 new carriers coming into the Treasure Coast, and it will give Florida Blue a run for the money, because we have seen a countless number of consumers out there who are disenchanted with their Florida Blue plan. Spit that out a few times. And they have experienced high premium increases. So it's time to take a look at what you have. Call our office at 772-210-1020. Ask for Julie, and we will give you a quote, a no hassle, no obligation quote to see what we can save you. I'm sure that you may qualify for a subsidy. There are a lot of people have been laid off work and their income has been reduced, so they can qualify for a subsidy and reduce their premiums, maybe even eradicate their premiums depending on the qualification of their subsidy. So we've got 1 minute left. And Tom, we want to say thanks to our special guest,
Thank
Missy
you
Campbell.
so much.
From
Thank
the
you guys
Palm
for having me. It
City
was very
Chamber.
fun.
Yeah, see, we are 2 fun guys,
I
Geo and the Booth,
Right.
every Tuesday. So make sure you get the word out to your friends and the business owners, and
I
let
will
them
do
know,
that.
hey, if there are business owners that want to be showcased here on the show, have them call Tom or Gary, and we'll get them booked in.
Okay.
And I want to thank each and every one of you for listening in. Next week, we're going to have David Martin of David Martin Associates with us in the studio. And Tom and I will continue talking about the Medicare and ACA open enrollment. We hope that you enjoyed the show. Thank you for joining us on Facebook Live as well and listening in on the radio. We hope that you will share us with your friends, family, and neighbors. Have a great day. Stay safe. Keep healthy. Be happy. And enjoy your quality of life.
Woohoo!